Welcome back to another episode of Happy Healed Girl, the podcast. I am your host, Inaya Marie, and if you've been here before, then you already know this is your safe space to give the middle finger to everything in life holding you back so you can step into one that actually feels like yours. Today, I want to have a little chit chat. I want to have a little chit chat about anxiety. I feel like anxiety for me is something I sort of picked up along the way of my entrepreneur journey. Is something that has just grasped a hold to me, and I have learned how to cope for the past 10 years. And I just want to share some insight with y'all on things that I do when I'm feeling anxious. Mindset shifts that have had to happen since I began feeling anxious. And this is just how I work through my anxiety and learn how to deal with it. And I want to say that if you are someone that notices yourself becoming anxious or you just start feeling worried for no particular reason, you feel uneasy or nervous about a particular outcome, first, I want you to know you're not alone. Lots of women and men, but specifically, I'm speaking to my girls, my audience, lots of women experience anxiety. Especially, I feel like anxiety gets really, really high, especially for those of us that are called to a higher purpose, for those of us that just feel like we are here for a reason and we just can't rest. We just cannot stop until we get to a place where we make our impact. So, I want to give you some indicators of anxiety and just some tips to help you push past the uneasiness when it does happen. And before I start yapping, I have to let y'all know that my course for September is still enrolling. And I know some of us are last minute, so I'm gonna tell you one more time. Now is your opportunity to get inside of my September's program. She's unlocked. And this program specifically, I am taking you from second guessing to confident because you're going to learn how your thought patterns evoke emotion, thus creating the energy we need to either see our goals through or do nothing at all. So you'll learn how to quiet the thoughts in your head that say, I'm not ready, I'm not good enough. And you'll be able to actually turn those thoughts into thoughts that fuel you instead of put you down in real time. You'll realize what your version of success is instead of the one created for you. So you can stop feeling stuck with standards that do not serve you. They never have, they never will. And you can do all this in just 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we will unlock the version of you that exudes confidence because you no longer need applause. And all you do is follow through because now you are aligned with your own version of success. So you can start your transformation. You can click the link in the show notes below, or you can send me a DM. Just send me the word unlocked on Instagram and I am Marie. It will get you all taken care of, will get you enrolled, get you inside the program. So you can start listening to the audio trainings and getting caught up, get your workbook, get all those things. And I will be so happy to have you inside of the program. So, okay, let's move into back into anxiety. And also this program will help you too if you also someone that experiences anxiety because I'm going to give you tools you need so that you can identify. Sometimes I feel like we don't really know when we're feeling anxious. We're not able to actually identify, oh, I'm feeling anxious. And then being able to say, oh, I'm feeling anxious. And then being able to say, well, why? Ask yourself why you're feeling anxious. And then being able to flip that anxiety into something that no longer feels anxious or inhibiting for you. So, anyways, that program is going to be great for you if you experience anxiety. So definitely check it out. Definitely get in with me for 2 weeks and we'll be able to switch that on and off for you so that it benefits you and it doesn't hold you back. But just for right now, I want you to know that when you're feeling worried, if you're feeling uneasy, or you're just feeling extremely nervous about something, that's literally the textbook definition of anxiety. And when I think of this, and this is something that happened recently, and my girlfriend had to call me out on it. And it's basically that if you are feeling anxious about the outcome of something, you're feeling nervous about something to the point where you can't stop thinking about it, you can't sleep. You're either living too far in the future or you're reliving the past. You're not in the present. So when you get those feelings of uneasiness, of worrying, I want you to dial it back in for my overthinkers, for my high achievers, for my dreamers, and the women who just don't want to stop at mediocre. I know you can relate. I need you to dial it back into the present. I need you to sit in the present moment, not thinking too far ahead, not reliving, not being in the past, but being in the present. Because when you need to focus on the now, what you think now, what you do now, and worry about nothing else, because this way you can keep yourself grounded and you get out of your head. You know what you need to do in the right now because you can't really control the future. You can't control the past. But what can you control? Right now. Say it with me. I can control right now. That's it. That's all. You need to be grounded in the present. The worst place to be is in a place you've already left. Why are you trying to go back to a place that you've already left? You've already grown. You've already overcome. You've already learned the lessons. Leave the past in the past. So the worst place to be is in a place you've already left or trying to predict where you're going. You don't have control over the past. You don't have control over the present, but what you do have control over is the here and the now. Remind yourself that you're in the best position and everything is working out for you just as it should. That is one of my favorite affirmations. Everything is working out for me. You're getting a little anxious, you're getting a little worried, a little anxiety, and just tell yourself everything is working out for me just as it should, just as it always has. The lessons that you've learned, the things you've created, and the things you'll do and accomplish later aren't to be predicted or obsessed over. Just worry about right now. Worry about right now. Stay grounded, stay in the present, and leave the rest for when it comes because that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of evolving and growing and learning. You don't know what's going to come next all the time, but when you do what you know you should do in that moment when you're only worried about the now, not worried, but when you're only concerned with the now, right? When you're only concerned with the now, you don't have to worry about what's going to come because you know you're handling business as of right now. So there's no need to worry or stress over what's to come. I also want you to know that you still have time. Oh my God. As a girl in her 30s, just hit my 30s, I just turned 31 um in July. You do not know how much I dreaded turning 30. On my 30th birthday, I was not feeling it. I was just like, "Oh my God, I'm 30. I don't have it all figured out. I don't have it all together. Like, what the like, what am I gonna do?" And society puts so much pressure on you to have everything figured out by 30. 30 feels like the age where you should have it all figured out. 30 feels like a freaking old lady death sentence. Like when you turn 30, all of a sudden you're old and you should have it all figured out. You should have a wife, a husband, you should have kids, you should have a great job, you should have everything figured out. You should know what you're gonna do, and you should do that thing for the rest of your life. You should have the rest of your life figured out by 30. And being an adult makes you actually realize that none of us have this shit figured out. You're still learning and evolving at 40, at 50, at 60. There is not a rule book. There is not a rule book. There is not a fucking time clock. You aren't going to shrivel up and get booted off the planet Earth if you don't know everything, if you don't figure out everything, and if you don't check everything off your list, or you don't check every box by the time the clock strikes 12 on your 29th birthday. Like, it's okay if you're still deciding. It's okay if you're still figuring this shit out. All that matters is that you're doing the work now to grow, to evolve. And you a bad bitch. So I already know you are. I already know you're doing what it takes to get yourself to the next level. I already know you're applying yourself. If you're listening to this podcast, I already know that you want more for yourself and you're doing the work. So anything else doesn't really matter. I know that the Inaya at the age 23 did not want the same things as Inaya at 30. And definitely Inaya at 30 and 31, which was only a year ago, we want different things. We evolve, we change our mind, we learn, we make new decisions that change the trajectory, and that's okay. And I want you to know that you can start over as many times as you fucking need. Start over, do it again, try again. Learn the lessons, walk with your head held high for as long as you live because you still have purpose here. You're still worthy whether you reach your goals at 30, 40, 50, 60, whether you don't reach some of your goals at all, you're still worthy. You're still learning, and that is completely okay. I will keep reinventing myself for as long as I live. Again, that is the beauty of life. I think that in this day and age, we get so caught up in what things look like. What does it look like? I'm at the point where I no longer care what it looks like. What does it feel like? Keep chasing how you want life to feel because how it looks doesn't really matter if it doesn't feel good, if it doesn't feel peaceful, if it doesn't feel calm, if it doesn't feel loving, if it doesn't feel like you belong. You can have how many times do we have to learn you can have all the material things? It can look like one thing and be something completely different, and people are unhappy. So, fuck what it looks like. What does it feel like? If it doesn't feel quite right, if something just always feels off, it could look good all day long, but what does it feel like? And I want to say this is not a race. This ain't no race. There's no finish line. I know we like to think there's this imaginary finish line and when we get there, everything's going to be perfect, everything's going to work out, but there is not a finish line. There is not one. There's not a race. The only way you're in competition is if you make it that way, and it should never be. We're all on our own timelines. We're all doing our own thing, and this isn't a race. So when things don't go as planned, when things don't feel like they're working out in your favor, but note that they always are, but sometimes it doesn't feel that way, right? When things aren't going the way you picture them in your head, it's so easy to get thrown off. It's so easy to give up. It's so easy to quit. But in those situations, when things aren't going as planned and you begin feeling anxious, you begin feeling stressed, and you begin feeling like you're not good enough, feel like you're unworthy, I want you to know that you're not unworthy. You don't need to stress. What you do need to do though is ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? I have been in moments where I got tears in my eyes where I don't understand. I'm so frustrated. I'm so annoyed. I'm so irritable. I'm so just sometimes it gets confusing. Like, which way do I go? What do I do? And I have to stop and ask myself, what is this trying to teach me? That's how you flip it. That's how you make it into a moment that doesn't feel like, whoa, it's me. But obviously, there's something I need to learn here. So, what the fuck is it? What is it that I need to learn from this situation, from this person, from this experience? What is it that I need to learn? So, I'm gonna stop for a second and I want you to ask yourself, I want you to think about it. What has been taking longer than usual to happen for you lately? What is something that hasn't been clicking lately? What is something that hasn't been working quite you feel like it's not really going the way you want it to? What has you anxious? What has you not resting properly? What has you being stressed? What has you not doing the things that you love? What's stealing your joy lately? Girl, what's stealing your joy lately? Ask yourself what's stealing your joy lately. And then follow up with what do I need to learn from this? What is this trying to teach me? Apply the lesson. Be open to the outcome because you have to know you always get what you want. There is no situation, there is no timeline, there is no circumstance where you don't get what you want. Be open to the outcome, apply the lesson, know that you always get what you want, and then move forward. And because we know that you're powerful and we know that you're the creator of your own reality always, it's important to know that things just flow better when you're open to receiving them. Stop worrying and stressing about the when or the how and just trust that it's coming. It's coming. It's on its way. It doesn't always show up exactly how you pictured it or how you thought it would. So you have to be open to all possibilities and don't close yourself off by trying to control the outcome because then you might miss it. You might miss the blessing. You might miss the opportunity because it didn't show up the way you wanted it. Be open to all the possibilities in the way that this thing may arrive, that it may show itself to you. And don't don't fuck it up by trying to control it. Don't miss out on the opportunity. Don't miss it because you're so busy in how you wanted it to look like in your head. And y'all know I'm big on making room. I talk about this in my Lack to Limitless manifestation course that is not currently enrolling, but when it does, make sure you get into it. But when you stress about not receiving something, that's the absolute best way or worse, depending on how you look at it. But that is the best way to delay something even more. You have to rest your pretty little head at night, and you have to know it's already yours because what? Because you always get what you want. You don't get what you want by stressing, by being anxious, by losing your beauty sleep. You get what you want by being open to receive and knowing it's already yours. Even if the time is not right now, even if it doesn't show up the way you want it, the job, the promotion, the client, the project, or whatever it is, know that better must be on its way. If I don't get what I want right now, if it doesn't arrive right now, it doesn't go how I pictured it, it doesn't go how I planned it, that must mean something better is on its way. That must mean there's a lesson to learn here. And the beautiful part of that, I get to take that lesson, I get to learn it, and I get to reapply it and still get what I want. So make room for what you want, your manifestation, your goal, whatever you want to call it. Clear out the worry, clear out the stress, the anxiety, take a hot shower, do your skincare, make your favorite meal, pour you a glass of wine, clear out your junk drawer, do something you've been putting off, do a load of laundry. Throw some things away that you no longer need. Get rid of those clothes and shoes that don't fit into your new style of dress for that promotion, for that client, for that dream body, and make space. You have to make space. I need to do a whole podcast episode on making space for your manifestations. But, anyways, you have to be an energetic match for the things you want. And nobody that is stressing and irritable and not taking care of themselves, missing their self-care appointments, not feeling their body, not doing the things that they love, you just sitting up stressed and depressed. Moping around does not get you what you want. Being anxious, it what does that do for you? It does nothing. It does nothing good for you. So instead of spending your time being anxious and stressed, what could make you feel better? Again, forget what it looks like. How does it feel? Moping around doesn't get you what you want. But what does get you what you want is gratitude, is being thankful, being gracious, is living, is laughing, is loving, it's enjoying the life that you get to live. You get to live. You get to live. You get to do your skincare. You get to get your hair done. You get to do your self care. You get to do all these things. And you have to make space for what you want. Make space for what you want and leave anything else behind. The clothes that no longer fit, the idea of yourself that no longer works, whatever didn't happen that you thought was supposed to happen, leave it behind and make space. Clear out space so that what you want actually can come in for you. And you're in control until you aren't. This may go over some people's heads. This may not resonate, but you're in control until you aren't. Because you get distressed in and you're anxious and you're losing sleep. And now something is controlling you. You're not doing the controlling. You're no longer in control. That thing is controlling you. And that's never how we operate. That's never how we move. That's never how things work. We know better than that because we always get what we want. So, no more moping, no more being sad, no more being anxious, no more being depressed. Live your life. You get to live, you get to laugh, you get to enjoy your friends, your family, you get to enjoy a hot shower, a glass of wine, and everything is always working out in your favor. And if you're anything like me and you stress over daily productivity because you want to do your best to create your dream life, you're so serious about your goals and creating the life you want and being productive every day because you know that's important. It's important to make sure we're being productive. But sometimes when you're too focused on being productive, it does the exact opposite, right? So instead of making to-do lists, I want you to go about your day doing things that just feel good. Things that feel like they're in your energy, that feel like you want to do them. Like, yes, do your workout, but just do it to your best efforts today. You don't always have to go so hard. We don't always have to go all in. Everything doesn't have to be this strenuous thing. Like, I gotta do an hour. And I'm the same way. That's how I know because I've lived it. I've done it. Like I don't have to go do an hour of cardio and then lift for another hour and try to lift my absolute heaviest when I'm on my cycle, when I'm not feeling it, when I'm not in my highest energy. Operate at the energy where you are. Everything doesn't have to be this big ordeal. It doesn't have to be so taxing. And the workout doesn't have to be at 4 a.m. If normally it's at 4 a.m. and today is at 6 or 8 or 9 a.m., that's okay. The workout still got done. Did it not? So I want you to stop making to-do lists and just go about your day doing things that fit into your energy level. Then throughout the day, instead of checking off your list, I want you to write down at the end of the day everything you did that day. Did you do laundry? You went for a workout? You made a few phone calls you had been, putting off? You did laundry, whatever it is, you went to work, you got in your 10,000 steps. I just want you to write down things you did for the day. And after you do that, you'll realize, like, damn, I actually was more productive than I thought. And stop with the to-do list with 20 different things on it. I love a to-do list. But I'm finding that if the to-do list starts feeling daunting, has your anxiety through the roof, what's gonna happen is you end up not doing nothing at all. So what you're gonna do is just set your intentions for the day, either in the morning or the night before, and list 3 things you feel good about accomplishing for today. In a perfect world, what are 3 things that will make you feel so productive if you did them today? Just 3. And just go about your day, be intentional, and set micro goals. So when you're feeling overwhelmed and you have so much to do, I just want you to focus on setting micro goals. Like if you don't want to draft an email, just open your laptop and just look at how your last email performed. Just look at your analytics, see how things are going. If you don't want to do the workout, hop out the bed and just stretch for 10 minutes. Just stretch your body. That's still movement. Stretching is amazing for you, especially when you do get in your 30s. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Park farther away from the door when you go to the grocery store so you can get extra steps in. Set micro goals. Have some balance and make hitting your goals easy. If you're not feeling your highest energy, it's okay. You don't have to pretend that you are. We still we still have bodies and we still have, especially as women, and we have our cycles and we go through these different phases. And you shouldn't push your body to its limits every single time. It's okay to go based on how you feel. Again, how does it feel? Does it feel right? Does it feel taxing? Does it feel strenuous? How does it feel? And then this is the last thing I'm going to say. I know I love to yap, but I want to say that this is something I've been doing lately, and it has been a life changer, y'all. I can't even believe it. I cannot believe how much this has been helping me sleep and relax. And I'm one of those people that I'll lay down for the night and remember, oh, I forgot to put up the leftovers. Or I forgot to take my laptop off the charger. I don't want it to overheat or I don't want it to mess up. Like my brain is always going. I'm always thinking of new ideas, thinking of new projects, something I need to do. And it definitely affects my sleep sometimes. And I feel like sometimes I don't get to really rest because my brain is just going into overdrive. Like even when I'm trying to sleep, it's like I have to wake up and jot something in my notes. And if that sounds like you, please do yourself a favor and get you some magnesium glycinate. It has to be magnesium glycinate. The other one, I forgot the name, but there's another one, but that one makes you poop. We don't want that one. We don't want that. Magnesium glycinate, and you will sleep so good. Just take it an hour before bed. The bottle says to take 4 capsules. I've been taking 2 and it's been doing me great. Everyone's different. Do you? I say start out with 2 and see how it goes. But take it like an hour before bed. Relieve stress, quiet your thoughts, and rest. You have to rest. Rest is so important, especially if you're in the gym, you're a creator, and you just getting shit done throughout the day. We're wives, we're mothers, sisters, therapists, chefs, doctors, lawyers. Being a woman has so many jobs, you wear so many hats. So get you some magnesium and thank me later. My favorite one is on sale right now. I'm using it every single night. I'll leave it for you in the show notes. It has been amazing. This one has high absorption. So this particular one works well and it works quickly. It does not make you drowsy. It does not make you sleepy. You can take it and you don't feel sleepy, but when you do sleep, it's some of the best some of the best sleep you'll ever get. So it's not drowsy, it does not make you sleepy. It works well with other supplements like vitamin D. It helps relieve stress, helps relaxation, and it's good for your bones, muscles, and lowering cortisol levels, which feed off of stress as well. So yes, please, please, please grab you some using the link in the show notes below. And before I get out of here, I'm gonna remind you to grab your seat inside She's Unlocked. It's still enrolling. You can get in there for 2 weeks. Inside the program, again, you're getting a full mindset reprogramming. So we're gonna show you how to reprogram your mindset when it comes to how your thoughts evoke emotion to create movement. You can either create movement with your emotions and your thoughts, or you can create self doubt, procrastination, self sabotage. You know, all those words we like to label our shortcomings and our bad habits, but we don't actually like to address them. So, what if we didn't just label our habits for once and we actually did something about it? What if we committed to being something more than self aware and you actually did the work? So, I'm rooting for you. I want you to join me inside She's Unlocked. The link is in the show notes, or you can always shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I'm Unai Marie. Send me the word unlock. I'll get you taken care of, get you in the program, get you caught up with the audio trainings, get you your workbook and all the things. And I look forward to working with you and just changing your whole fucking life. And thank you so much for spending time with me on today's episode. If anything you heard today resonated with you or gave you that gentle nudge you needed, trust that is for a reason. And be sure to subscribe, share this episode with a friend. Make sure you follow me on the podcast. Leave me 5 stars. I really want to see your reviews, your takeaways, what you think. I absolutely love y'all's feedback. And I'll be back next week with more accountability and more self love. Until then, keep choosing you, keep showing up, and know that the best is still unfolding because what? Everything is always working out for you. You always get what the fuck you want. I love y'all and bye.